Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, the Veterans Affairs Committee, Finance Committee, and she is also running for the state of Tennessee to be the next governor there. Great to see you, Senator Blackburn, as always.
Good to see you. Yes.
All right. The filibuster, it's an option. Doesn't look like Thune has the support, and we know you've been on the record to defend it. With everything now that President Trump is arguing, what do you say about your stance on the filibuster? And also, if you don't get rid of it, how will things like the Save America Act actually come into light and get passed?
Yes, and one of the options we continue to look at is doing away with the filibuster. Now, there are not the votes to do away with the filibuster in the Senate. So it leaves those of us that are trying to get President Trump's agenda passed as having to find workarounds. This is something we do every day. When it comes to DHS funding, we certainly are working through that process, and you can expect that we will do a reconciliation bill, a public safety reconciliation bill that we can pass on 51 votes, and we can fund for a longer period of time your ICE and Border Patrol and DHS operations. You also can expect us to move forward with some short-term wins on the Save America Act. This is common sense. And in Tennessee, we've got the safest elections in the country. People have to be a citizen to register, and they show an ID when they go to vote. Common sense. And it is also a 90% issue to keep boys out of girls' sports. And also, it is an 80% issue to end this gender mutilation of children. And so, you know, it is time for these things to be passed. The president is so correct about that.
And let's talk about law and order as well. When you talk about protecting children, we had a beautiful college student, 18 years old, in Chicago, Loyola University, Sheridan Gorman. Now she is no longer here. Her family has lost their beautiful daughter because a twice deported illegal alien was here. That is who has been charged with her murder. And I want to play a little bit, Senator, of Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker actually trying to blame President Trump for this case. Listen.
Those failures, of course, extend beyond the borders of Illinois. That's their national failures, a failure to have comprehensive immigration reform, a failure of the president to follow his own edict to go after the worst of the worst.
President Trump said, no, we wanted the National Guard. They wouldn't do it. She'd be here if it wasn't. The blood basically is on the left's hands with this tragedy, Senator Blackburn.
Yes, indeed. When you have Soros-backed DAs that are letting these people go, and in the Sheridan Gorman case, it was someone who entered from Venezuela. They came in under Biden. They were arrested shortly after arriving in the U.S. for shoplifting. Their crime spree continued, and it ends with an 18-year-old girl who is murdered. And I thought it was so callous and uncaring that you had a Chicago alderwoman who said, well, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I will tell you this. It was the illegal alien in the wrong place. They should never have been here. And if they came here and committed a crime, they should have been deported. But these sanctuary cities have got to start to work with federal law enforcement and ICE. And, you know, as the Democrats are going to continue to say our goal is to abolish ICE and defund federal law enforcement, then the crimes will continue.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.